Welcome to this new Flight Simulator update movie. In this movie we're gonna fly over Washington, which received tons of updates. It received a lot of updates, I would say mainly for the point of interest. There's no photogrammetry content. Here's the National Air and Space Museum, right? It was the museum where the live stream took place from the Xbox earlier today, where this nice world update was being announced. You can see that most of the, I would say, point of interest are located here. Some of them are new, but some of them are not new. At least I don't think they are new. And the reason I'm saying that is they are showing up as new point of interest on the world map. But when you look at the release notes, you don't see them popping up there. It could be that they didn't list them, but to be honest, in most cases those say release notes are pretty accurate when looking specifically at the point of interest. So, continuing our tour, we see a new bridge here, the Arlington Memorial Bridge. That's also a new one which has been added. Has been handcrafted, right? In the previous version it was, I would say, like the one we see on the right, so not that much new. Here we see the United States Marine Corps War Memorial right in front of us. And then we're going to make a turn to the right, because then we're going to visit the National Cathedral. So you can see that those buildings are really handcrafted, right? So we've got three different types of content. We've got the normal content, we've got the photogrammetry content, and then we've got that handcrafted content. The handcrafted content are, I would say, the ones which have the highest quality. And the reason I'm saying that is that they are really handcrafted, so that's would say that's the best you can have. The photogrammetry content is sometimes adds more detail, but if you're coming closer to it, you can really see that it's based on photogrammetry content. So we're flying in the direction of the Washington National Cathedral. While flying, there's one thing which you should do is, if you just installed the world update, you need to make sure that if you're using the rolling cache, that you delete the rolling cache. This to ensure that you can use the latest and greatest scenery, because if you don't do it, there's a chance that it will use the cached version of the scenery. And that's of course not what you want, because then you don't see all those nice updates which are available. So let's fly a little bit closer to that cathedral. Let's also increase the speed a bit. So here you can see that this one is really handcrafted, but you can see all the details, and if you compare it with the buildings on the left side, you definitely see that there's a huge difference.
500.
We're gonna make a turn. Because we want to go back to those point of interest. So White House didn't receive an update, to be honest. Based on the world map it did, but again, it's not mentioned in the release notes. So if you spot something different on the White House, then let me know by using the comments below this video. So continuing the flight. So if you want to, I would say, take off from an airport close by, Ronald Reagan Airport is definitely a good one. You can see it already on the right side. It's close to the Pentagon, right? So that's one of the, say, good spots to take off. With this one, Cessna, I would say, might be a little bit overkill because it's a really large airport. Here we see the Hirshhorn Museum. And then we can wave to President Biden, although I think that if we would fly here with our aircraft, we probably would see some jets behind us, right? Because it's, some say, not allowed to fly here. So here's the White House. Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History. You can see that Flight Simulator didn't like it to be 100% because it's stuttering a bit. Then the Castle Information Center. rear gallery of art. And let's make another tour across those buildings, because those are really nice ones. And if you look at the level of detail from these buildings, compared to the buildings beside it, right, you can see really cool things, like the National Museum of American Indian. You can see the flags, let's say, on the building, right? It's that level of detail. Then we've got the Ulysses Grant Memorial. And of course we've got the United States Capitol, which is over here. So here ends our review of, I would say, the new content which has been added to Washington. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you got questions or comments, then feel free to post them in the comment box below. And if you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then make sure that you're subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.